Okay, so time to do hamstrings and calves. I'm going to put them together because a lot of times one is tight and then so is the other, or at least it's compromised in some way, even if it's quite mild. So we're going to do both in the same clip for this one. So I'm seated against this bench today. You don't need to be. That's more of a spatial thing for me today here in the clinic room to make sure you can sort of see everything happening. So first we're going to start with the hamstring, and those are these muscles in the backs of your thighs here. There's 3 of them. One goes right down the middle, and then there's 2 sort of on each, one on each side of that to make the 3 muscles that form the hamstring. So what we're going to do, the leg that you want to stretch is going to be the leg that's straight out in front of you. And a very simple way to do that is just flexing your foot, so pushing your heel out towards the wall in front of you and bringing the ball of your foot back. This shouldn't be done strenuously. It's just a good start. And so what you're going to do from there is take your other leg and just bring it in nice and comfortably to your thigh. That makes it a little bit easier so that you can focus on one leg at a time. And from here, all you're going to do is sit nice and tall, and ever so slowly from the hips, start to lean forward. And you don't need to go very far, maybe just a few millimeters, maybe a few centimeters, maybe a couple of inches, depending on where you're at. You don't need to go far before you're going to start to feel it underneath in that hamstring there. Your knee, you want it to be not locked out again, just like we talked about with elbows. You don't want your knee to be locked out, but you want it to be straight. So straight knee, flex foot if possible, but not strained. Sitting up nice and tall, and ever so slowly from your hips, leaning forward. And what I mean by that is you don't want to lean like this. Now your back is rounded and maybe you're closer to touching your toes, but you're not really getting the effective stretch that you want. So nice and tall, bending from your hips and leaning forward just ever so gently, and you're going to start to feel that stretch under there. Now to work the same calf, I'm going to take a pillowcase here. You can use a towel or any small piece of fabric that you might have laying around the house. Maybe you have resistance bands, that's excellent as well. You just want to make sort of just a little rectangle out of it basically. You're going to hook that around the ball of your foot and ever so slightly use your hands to pull back. And that's going to start to stretch your calf muscle. What you don't want to use is your leg muscles. You want them to be nice and relaxed now. You're not going to use them at all. Just use your hands to pull back on the ball of the foot. It's really important that you use the ball of the foot because you don't want to strain your foot either. And that's a nice simple stretch for your calves because you are just basically doing passive stretching and letting gravity do a lot of the work. Okay, thank you.